This is Newcap News with Emmett Murphy.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Moses is here tonight with a look at sports. And as we saw right there, Greg Welsh looking to keep his hot streak alive.
Yeah, he's won 5 in a row and he's going to be going to Edmonton to make it 6. Should be a good one. We'll have a little bit more with that and, you know, a couple other things in sports too as well. Should be fun. Excellent.
We look forward to it. And Peter, cold day yesterday. Today, sun was out, a little bit warmer. Is this going to keep going?
Sadly, it won't. The good news was we got another 3 degrees warmer than we did yesterday today, but tomorrow we're going to get much colder, dropping around 8 or 9 degrees actually, as we have some cool air moving in from the northwest. As we take a look outside right now, you can see those winds actually in the past hour have switched around to the west-northwest after being from the south and from the west throughout most of the afternoon, and that means the cold air is on the way. Right now we're sitting at -5. We did hit a high of -3 this afternoon. Wind chill is at -11, and around the region it's already started to cool off to the north of us in the Lakeland at -7, and the Battlefords are still at -1 with clear skies. We'll tell you how cold it will get in just a few minutes.
2 RCMP officers have been injured in a shootout after responding to a house call in Killam, southeast of Edmonton.
After surrounding a rural property all night, police confirm one man was found dead inside the house, apparently killed in a gun battle with police. Now RCMP are looking for this 27-year-old, described as a person of interest in the shooting.
He should be considered as a high-risk individual.
According to police, Sawyer Clark Robeson left the property when 4 RCMP officers were executing a search warrant for a handgun. Robeson may be driving a 2000 Chevrolet Silverado. RCMP insist the general public need not be alarmed.
We don't believe he's a danger to the public in general. He is certainly believed to be armed. Likely with long-barreled weapons.
And police confirmed the 2 officers wounded, Constable Sheldon Shaw and Constable Sid Gaudette, had surgery last night. Both are recovering in Edmonton and are listed in stable condition.
We're all thinking of Sheldon, and thoughts and prayers go out to both the officers involved.
The neighbor of one of the wounded officers can't quite believe it.
I'm just in shock that something like this would happen out here. I guess it just goes to show there's bad people everywhere in the world.
The horror that a police shooting could happen in a tight-knit community of 1,000 people is still setting in.
Pretty devastating to find out that 2 of our local guys got shot. And we're praying for them.
For some, the shooting is too reminiscent of the Mayerthorpe massacre of 2005, when 4 young officers were gunned down, murdered, on a rural property in central Alberta.
It is a dangerous business, and I don't think that you can draw any specific conclusions from 1 or 2 incidents. I am very happy, though, that this has not involved, this is not another Mayerthorpe, and the fact that both our officers will survive.
As to what was behind Tuesday's shooting, police say there may be a link to a domestic dispute from another property on Friday. A man was arrested and charged with uttering threats. RCMP say he is friends with the person they are searching for right now. Janet Dirks, CTV News, Edmonton.
Meanwhile, local RCMP are doing all they can to assist in the situation in Killam.
We had 4 officers deployed last night about 6 o'clock. We were called and asked to supply some resources, and those officers left here about 6:30 last night.
There are now 6 members of the Lloydminster detachment assisting in the investigation. While Callis doesn't know the wounded officers, he says everyone at the station feels deeply attached to the case.
The RCMP is really a big family, so anytime we have members who go on harm's way, certainly all the members are concerned for them.
Callis says there will be a rotating schedule in place for officers to help in Killam. Earlier this morning, Maidstone RCMP responded to a single vehicle rollover on Highway 16. A semi-truck was heading westbound near Payton, Saskatchewan when it flipped, blocking both lanes of traffic. The semi was hauling potatoes and the trailer remains intact. It is not known if the driver of the semi suffered any injuries. New census figures were released today showing that the Canadian population grew by 5.9% over the past 5 years and is now at 33.5 million people. As Mike Baden explains, even with the sputtering economy during these years, Saskatchewan and Lloydminster grew at a dramatic rate.
Saskatchewan's growth was 6.7%, and the city of Saskatoon outpaced the national growth rate. in a time where the country faced its most serious economic tailspin since the Great Depression.
It's terrific. I understand it's the biggest growth in population in Saskatchewan since they started doing censuses. I think that we see it in our area certainly, but across the province. We've got a growing economy, we've got a labor shortage, and we're an attractive place for people to move, to find opportunity, and a great place for people to raise families.
Saskatoon ranked 17th among the country's 33 census metropolitan areas, and the province of Saskatchewan hit the 1 million person plateau.
We now see a situation where we've grown faster than in any other 5-year period since they started taking records, and the growth in the economy continues. So, I think it's fair to expect that populations will continue to grow.
Here in the border city, the jump was huge, with a population increase of almost 17%, and the Saskatchewan side growing by over 20.
We're seeing more families that want to live and move up and stay in Saskatchewan rather than move up and leave Saskatchewan and come to the Alberta side. So we're really encouraged by that.
The city plans for a 4% growth each year, and in 2010, the city set up a concept plan for Colonial Park, with expectations that there will be more growth in Saskatchewan.
So we're planning for various households, from starter homes to larger homes, and we're hopefully releasing 61 lots or 60-some lots in late fall.
Mike Baden, Newcap News.